Alright guys, this will be part 2. This is going to be one of those serious videos. Let me get my little sticky thing, I guess it's called, sticky note, brought up so we can get this underway. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to get into this first. Let me take that down so I can pay attention, because my attention span is messed up. First, I've been on my antibiotics for 3 weeks. No, 2 weeks. Boy, dirt the dirt. 2 weeks. Now, I've took this antibiotics, you name it, right down to the chemo antibiotics for the past 5 months. And anybody who's taken it, you know, take a break for months and then take it a year later, you know how it affects you. It makes you sick, or you get worse before you get better. And I can honestly be originally my doctors, and we knew that the antibiotics weren't working a year ago when we tried them. And also I became allergic to amoxicillin, penicillin, when I've never been allergic to it before. So I mean, we gave this a long shot, and like I said at previous video, I've got a migraine, so it's like lightning occasionally. And we just gave it a long shot and hoping it would work. Now I'm on my 2nd week, and I'm not seeing no change, no change of, you know how you get worse before you get better. I'm seeing no change. Only thing I have made note to my doctor is it has made my brain fog worse, and it has brought out my spotted fever more, where now from where if I'm only in the sun and my autoimmune disease, my skin issue swells or becomes inflamed when I'm in the sun. Now I don't even have to be in the sun. Now it is spread all over my back, and I'll have to have my husband take a picture where it's big splotches. But besides that, they're now permanently whelped since I started the medicine, and like red around it permanently. And that's since I started taking the antibiotics. Another thing is now it's made my internal organs, my palsy of the gut, and my internal spasms worse since I've took the medicine with the herbals. And that's made it worse. So it's constantly making me itchy. And since we found out now I'm allergic to penicillin when I wasn't, we're wondering if I'm not allergic to having a reaction to the medicines, the antibiotics we're on now, when I used to never be allergic to them. And it's also put a hindrance where I was already having gut issues, where I had to watch, and I was writing down what I could and could not eat as I went along. And now it's got to the point where just peanut butter sandwiches is all my stomach can handle, and everything else is literally paralyzing and seizing my guts and intestines and all that up. So I told the doctor I'll try and finish this month out, because I have another 3-month supply of it. I'll try and finish this month out, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I take it for 3 weeks and then off a week, and see how it goes. And if I still feel like I'm not getting worse, I'm not getting any better, and I'm still having, now I'm allergic to almost anything I'm eating. It looks like I'm having an allergic reaction to the medicines, and it's drawing out more symptoms, or it's making my spotted fever worse than it was. Literally, I mean, making white bubbles on already an issue we've been dealing with for 5 months. It's spread around, and now I've got that, and then now I'm constantly running a fever or feeling flush all the time now. So I told her it just depends. I may not finish this medication, and after I did some research, I'm going to be honest, I'm not, because this just doesn't go for Lyme patients and spotted fever and co-infections. This goes for people that actually are prescribed medicines, and that goes right down to naproxen. And I'm going to be honest, I mean, we can't we can't get away from all of it because some things we got to take, like my migraine pills and my pain pills. Some don't have it, some do. So, I mean, you got to be cautious, but I was shocked on the antibiotics. And I had brought up a question to a friend online. What if when you go and get your test for your Lyme or spotted fever and co-infections, and if you don't meet the CDC requirements, how do you know if they don't just say you're negative when you indeed you are positive on 3 out of the 5 bands or 1 out of the 3 bands? What if it's not a setup where if you don't meet CDC requirements, they're not going to tell you that you're positive, but they'll tell you got Lyme. But that's it. They won't go any further, so the CDC don't look like fools, especially in states like mine that don't believe it. And that's a good question. That how do you know that all these labs, don't play that card of, well, you didn't show all the CDC requirements, so even though you showed 2 or 3 bands, we're gonna just go ahead and say you're negative, and then you live with it, and it turns chronic. That's a good question to ask. But now I'm going to get into antibiotics, guys. Because I'm taking some of these, and I did some research. I had watched Michael Fobb's video, finally, this morning, his newest one. And yes, Lyme digs deep in your body. Deep, deep, deep in your body, into your bones. And I mean, that's why I have bone marrow issues as well. But I'm going to give you guys some highlight. If you've not researched the medicines you take, the antibiotics you take, I mean, yes, I know aspirin and ibuprofen and those have it in it, okay? But to be given an antibiotic that's supposed to help you fight off something, but yet in the long run it's killing you, to me is not okay. And so, even if this medicine was working, which it's not on me, this, what I'm fixing to say, and I keep pointing right here because I got it like in a pop-up screen, this is the reason why I'm not going to take it anymore. We're going to start with Flagyl. It's called bear with me on the words, guys, metronidazole tablets, okay? Either the 250 or the 500 milligrams, okay? Now, I'm going to give you the ingredients in it if you've not. It's an inactive ingredients include cellulose, FD and C blue number 2 aluminum lake, hydroxypropylcellulose, hypromellose, melialose, that's 2 different words, stearic acid, and titanium dioxide. We're going to start with a hydroxypropylcellulose, also known as HPMC. It is used as a food for thickening and emulsifying liquids. I don't even like that latter part. Emulsifying liquids is like acid to me. And it's a coating agent and a film former used as an inactive ingredient. And there's also an E464, or also known as 464, is in it, which is, and I'm going to have to use mine, classified as a stabilizer. Now, you read through this, and you're like, okay, that's nothing bad. But start looking at each ingredient and research them, okay? The E464 or 464, it is a commercially prepared, chemically modified pulp wood. Yes, I said wood. Wood, the pulp of wood. It is the cellulose of the wood product. But it is also used, now here's the biggie. It is also used in, let me arrow down, tile adhesives, cement, gypsum products, pharmaceuticals, paints and coating paints, cosmetics, detergents, cleaners, eye drops. And the most alarming for me was the heavy metals present in this ingredient. Arsenic, lead, and mercury, and cadmium. Okay? But yet, It has been approved by the FDA. Just alone, the presence of arsenic, lead, and metal, and mercury, tells me, nope, I'm done. I'd rather go herbal. Okay? Now we're going to go with cellulose, and that includes that's the cellulose. La 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 la. Go back up. Go back up. That's the cellulose, the hypromellose, and the hypremellose. And that's what I'm fixing to talk about now. Okay. It is a filler of wood. We know this. But let me get you on the ingredient FD and C number 2, lake. It's odd that they skip out the word aluminum. Okay? It is, in fact, a dye that is indigo blue. It's an indigo blue dye. Okay? Blue number 2. Research shows even higher incidence of tumors, specifically gliomas, in male rates, a type of tumor that starts in the brain or spine. Many scientists say it has caused cancer in animals and has caused hyperactivity in children, and so much more. It is in many foods we serve our families because we do not research the ingredients. The aluminum lake food coloring is used to heavily coat liquid medicines for children, which it contains dangerous amounts of aluminum and harmful synthetic petrochemicals. These petrochemicals are carcinogenics containing petroleum, antifreeze, and ammonia, which cause long-listed adverse reactions. Aluminum poison can lead to short and long-term central nervous system damage, I'm arrowing down, guys, such as memory impairments, autism, epilepsy, mental retardation, and dementia. Now we're talking about FD and C number 2, lake, which is inflammable, metronidazole, whatever that word is. So when you or your child gets to pick between red, blue, or green medicine, they're really choosing which poison they get to consume. You or your child gets to choose which poison, because each one is a different poison. Each color is a different poison. I'm just going to highlight you on that. And I will show a link on the bottom, which is www.naturalnews.com, and look up aluminum lake / FD and C number 2 lake. Okay? Or type in the medicine name, or type in FD and C number 2 and see what you get back. You will be shocked. I didn't even list it all. Now we're going to the other ingredient. If you read, it said titanium dioxide. Do you know it is used in paint and sunscreen and cosmetics? First off, paint. You are putting something in my medicine, my antibiotic, that is put in paint. That's scary alone. Now we're going to go to another medicine that's famous, doxycycline. It also has titanium dioxide. It has magnesium stearate, microcystilline cellulose, and sodium lauryl sulfate. And this is on the ingredients. The hard gelatin capsule shell contains FD and C blue number 1. So now I'm taking poison blue number 2. Now I'm taking poison blue number 1. It's also ingredients is gelatin. Already said, yeah, and titanium dioxide. Now we're going to go to the first ingredient, the magnesium stearate. It is the chemical compound with the formula milligram 2. It is a soap consisting of salt containing 2 equivalents of stearate and 1 magnesium caption. Magnesium stearate is a white water insoluble powder. Magnesium stearate is also a synthetic additive created in a lab by adding magnesium ions to stearic acid. Synthetic ingredients are not recognized as food by the body and can therefore cause both short and long term cumulative health issues for those who consume it on a regular basis as a supplement. Now, let me read that again. It is not recognized as a food in the body, and it can cause both short and long-term cumulative health issues if taken on a regular basis as a supplement. That's a vitamin, and that's an antibiotic. Okay? That's number 2 while I'm stopping this. The ingredient sodium lauryl sulfate, an accepted contraction of sodium lauryl ether sulfate. Catch the word ether? Is an anionic detergent and surfactant found in many personal care products, also known as SLES. It is an inexpensive and very effective foaming agent. So I'm eating soap. You're eating soap. I didn't know we could eat soap. At all. At all. So I'm going to tell you, yes, delete. Don't ask me again. Sorry. I'm trying to get it off the screen. And I'm not even, and I know it's in foods, but we need to really start, doing our research on the medications we're given, because you're thinking, oh, this is helping me. Yeah, it's helping you, but it's also causing more issues. FDA, CDC, and all these other mumbo-jumbo abbreviations are doing nothing but killing us. They are killing us. Like doxycycline was done in the 1960s. How about we revamp this crap and give us something new and do your research. You can Google and look. It shows the dangers of freaking vitamins, certain minerals and vitamins they're putting in us that we are ingesting, that is taking and killing us and giving us severe abdominal pain, heart palpitations, heart murmurs, heart attacks, brain issues, brain retardation. And I even asked on a question, what is in doxycycline or Flagyl or whatever antibiotic I'm taking at the moment that is helping me? What is the main ingredient in that antibiotic that is helping fight Lyme? Not one single damn antibiotic that I have got. Now, I'm not talking about my herbs. Will give you an answer. You know why? Because there is no answer to it. Only reason why you feel like you're feeling better and getting better is because it is pumping your system with other medicines, masking the disease that's not being. So yeah, you go in remission. That's because you've ingested so much other crap that's from the medicine. 3 months down the road, whoop, you're back to square one again. Why? Because the medicine really wasn't what you're supposed to take. Like doxycycline, it is better to take oil of oregano and take the herb of oil of oregano instead of doxycycline, because you'll get the same benefits plus more doing that than you will taking doxycycline. Because doxycycline is doing nothing but killing you, killing me. So do your research on your medicines, and if you don't, you need to start. Because all you're doing is masking your issues with other stuff they are ingesting in your body. So all you're doing is water soaping down your guts and your organs, and in the long run, you're paying the price for it, not the FDA or the FDCA, whatever they're called. Because all they're doing is making millions of money. And they've even got on a news report on NBC a man that was talking about the titanium dioxide, that it needed to be taken out of foods and antibiotics and herbs. Or, what's that thing called you take daily? Multivitamins. Because it is actually turning around and causing worse effects on you than before you started. So, that kindly makes me upset, and that makes me sick. And when we start, when you start these medicines, and you're like, God, now I got a migraine, or oh, I feel worse. You know why you feel worse more than likely? Because you are ingesting ingredients that is not made to be in your system. Plain and simple. We are killing ourselves by following in like sheep and taking these medicines. So even if I wasn't having an allergic reaction to this medicine, and I know it's not working, I know it's not. Reading what I was prescribed versus the health risk of taking this medicines, the ingredients minus what I'm already fighting, it's just going to do nothing but put me a step closer into the grave than I already am. So, do your research. As for my health, like I said, I'm having obviously a allergic reaction to the medicines. We knew they probably weren't going to work since I stopped, they stopped working. I can't think of the word. They stopped working altogether. It's like my body just was rejecting them. The only thing now I have is it's like a head cold and a respiratory infection since I started this medicine. And I don't need a respiratory infection. I don't need a head cold. And I know I'm getting a chest infection because I can, if you've had one, you know when you're fixing to get one, you could sense you getting one. So I know I have one. And that's another antibiotic they'll pump into my system. But I'm not going to take another antibiotic without research. And I know the antibiotics I would be prescribed. So for now on, what I'm going to do later is I'm going to research them. And if they have what's dangerous and is not needed in this body to make me better, then I'm going to find an antibiotic or a herb outside that will do much more benefits than killing myself more by ingesting things that are not even plant-based. They're made in a lab. They're put in paint. Has arsenic, mercury. Why am I ingesting myself with small amounts of mercury, antifreeze? Do your research, guys. It's scary if you do it. And you'll realize going this doctor route is not a good deal. So, I love you all. Look for the silver lining in your day. Because if you don't, no one else will. God bless. And I will post that link down on the bottom again. That's www.naturalhealth.com. I'll have to pull it up. Comment on the bottom. Hit like for me, because if you don't, I can't, I'm trying to spread the word of our illness and get the word out and be an advocate for not just only me, but for everybody else that's fighting these invisible illnesses. God bless, guys.